Hi, I am Angela Dixon, and I just wanted to come and give a little thought on what I'm doing today, what I'm thinking about today. And I opened up my computer, and there was an email that was sent January 31st, 2006. Today is January 31st, 2026. So I sent that email 20 years ago announcing that I was starting my own law practice. As some of you know, some of you may not, I am an attorney. I've been an attorney for almost 23 years. So I started out working in a law firm, and then I just wanted to branch out on my own and try some different practice areas. So on that day in 2006, I sent that email, and a number of people wrote me back and gave me well wishes and just, hoping that I have a good career and explore this legal practice out on my own and have a good time, fun time doing it and helping people, of course, as I go along. And so I just have not looked at that folder in many years. I don't know why, but today it just clicked on it and opened it. So I scrolled through and I looked at some of the messages, and some of the messages were from people that I worked with when I was working for the Department of the Army. That was my first job out of undergrad. I worked in public relations for the Army, and writing newsletters, writing articles, speeches, and it was an interesting time. And so some of the emails were from people from my work there. And then some of them were from people who I met, of course, in my legal practice. Some were from family and friends. It's just an array of people from the various places that I've lived and worked. And of course, as I looked through the names, some of those people I looked up, and of course, they're no longer with us. And it is just amazing that the time goes by like 20 years and you have not heard from people, communicated with them, even though they were a big part of your life, had a big impact on my life. All of these people, and that has gone on. It was just like shocking to remember that. So I don't know why that I just happened to click on that folder today and just remind me of those 20 years that I've been practicing law out on my own, and I've done so many different things. And it's just a blessing to be able to do what you set out to do. And so I want people to know that, no matter what your dreams are, you should follow them no matter how long it takes. There's no time frame on accomplishing your dreams as long as you are making progress towards them. You need to keep going. And of course, I had wanted to be a lawyer since I was maybe about 14, 15 years old. And I don't know really how it came about. I just recall, like, yeah, I'm going to be a lawyer. That's what I'm going to do. So I didn't go to law school right out of undergrad. As I mentioned, I started working for the Department of the Army and had a nice career with them for about 6 or 7 years. And then one day I just woke up and looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "You're supposed to be a lawyer. So get to work and do the plan." And so I just kind of refocused. I changed my direction. I prepared for the law school admissions test and did applications for law school. And interestingly enough, I was working in Iowa for the Department of the Army, and I took a job in Alabama at the Corps of Engineers. And I was working there less than a year when I got accepted to law school at Iowa. So I ended up going back to Iowa to go to law school. I never imagined that. But actually, I took a prep course. And when I was living in Davenport Quad City area, I would drive back and forth to Iowa City. That's where I took that prep course for the law school admissions test. So that was a full circle moment that here I am driving back and forth a couple times a week, preparing for this test, and then ultimately I get to go to law school at the University of Iowa. And it was a great experience for me. So for all of you out there who want to go to law school, it is going to be tough, it is going to be hard, but it is going to be so rewarding. And when you get there, make sure to embrace it and be in it, enjoy it. A lot of people complain about law school. I mean, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard, but you can do the work. You can have fun doing it. And, because I didn't go directly after undergrad, when I got there, I was like, man, this is it. I'm about to, enjoy this. I just embraced everything. I got involved in student organizations. I did activities, and it was just a great time. Now, Iowa was cold, of course. So that wasn't all that fun. So I basically would go to the law school and I would stay there all day. And I just treated law school like a job. So got up early in the morning, went there, stayed there, took my lunch, went to study in the library on breaks from in between classes, and that's what I did for those couple of years. I also was able to work for this office opportunity at Iowa, and I always say the job that I had with the Department of the Army is the gift that keeps on giving. It's still giving to me today because I learned how to be a writer. I learned how to write. I learned how to design using different programs to do the newsletter in the newspaper and all of that. So when I got to law school, I applied for a job to be a newspaper writer for that particular department. So that helped pay my living expenses while I was in law school, and I got to meet some great people in that office opportunity at Iowa. And it was just a great experience. So I did that my second year, and I was on journal and just getting involved in the law school process. My last year, actually, before I started my last year, I had an externship with a federal judge in Houston. Now, I had never been to Houston before, and I came down here over the summer, and I was like, wow, this is a cool city. Like, I could actually live here. And so, and because I'm originally from Mobile, Alabama, it's not a bad drive to go back and forth. So I thought, hey, I can transition here. So I thought it would be easier to do my last hours at University of Houston, and then I went back to Iowa to graduate and came back here, took the bar exam, and started practicing law. While I was in law school, I worked on campus, and I noticed that it's like three law schools in Houston, and many students. A couple of schools have part-time programs, so people were actually working and going to school at the same time. In Iowa, we didn't work during the school year. It was just focused on going to school. So I thought, hey, I'm behind. I need to get a job. So I actually got a law clerk position at a firm, Powers and Frost, my first law firm, and I worked there my last year. And then after taking the bar, they hired me on. So I worked there for a couple of years, and I still keep in touch with my coworkers. I just had lunch with my old supervisor, Joyce, the other week. So it's great to have people who pour into you, who support you, even when you go out on your own and do other things. I have always had that support, and a lot of people don't get that. So I am very thankful that people have supported me and encouraged me just like they did when I said, hey, I'm going to hang up my own shingle and start my own practice. And everybody was so supportive and helpful and encouraging. And a lot of my friends that I had met along the way showed me how to handle cases because truth be told, in law school, you do a lot of reading and analyzing and all of that, trying to understand cases, but the practical application was not there. So I don't know if it's changed as much, I hope so. And there are things that you can do to learn the practice, like you can participate in the clinical program and handle real cases and all of that. But when I went on my own, I was just figuring it out. So a number of people really helped me, like Cheryl and Nicole. They walked me through handling cases, and you know, it was. I'm really thankful for those people. So that's why I try to do that now for students who are wanting to go to law school. And I always try to make time for them, especially with the National Black Pre-Law Conference. I had mentees who have contacted me and I've kept in touch with them. They keep in touch with me, let me know how they're doing. I am continuing to support them. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why I have parlayed into education. And I am an adjunct professor for a number of schools teaching a variety of legal classes. Most mainly, many of my classes are business law. I like that class because you touch on so many things that affect people: landlord tenant law, contracts, things that people encounter on a day-to-day basis. I really like educating the next generation and helping people pursue their dreams. And a lot of my students are non-traditional students, so they are working full time. They have families and they're trying to balance education and their goals and every other thing that is on their plate, but they're still doing that. And so that's one of the reasons why I just love being in education and helping those who are following their dreams, because people helped me, people supported me. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have had some negative experiences, and people are not as supportive as you think they would be sometimes. And that's okay. Everybody is not going to support you, but you can find people who will and continue to move forward. So I was just reflecting on that and seeing those emails of people 20 years ago who took the time out to support me and encourage me and have done so over the years. A lot of them I lost touch with, but there are others, many others, who I still keep in contact with today, who I still, talk to and get together with. And I'm just thankful for that. So just to have that reminder, 20 years out on my own, and I'm still doing well. I'm enjoying the practice of law, although I am enjoying education more because I just like to support others who are following their dreams. So if that's you, no matter what your dream is, continue to pursue it. Don't ever let anyone tell you it's too late. It's not too late. As long as you are on this side and you're breathing this fresh air that we have, continue to do what you want to do and continue to pursue those dreams. And it might take a while. That's okay. Don't get discouraged. Stay in the game and do what you want to do. Because what is for you will be for you no matter how long it takes to happen. And I'm experiencing something like that now where I am, looking for a position to assist students in a different way. And I've been doing that for a while, but I'm not going to give up on that because I know eventually that is going to be my path. And so I am continuing on doing what I do, helping those I can. And you definitely should do that too. So I just wanted to give that message and just encourage you all to do the same. And don't give up. Stay in the game and you'll get where you need to be in due time. Speaking of that, that was actually one of my theme songs when I was in law school because like I said, I went to school in Iowa and it was cold there. And sometimes, it was hard. It was a lot of work. It's cold. Sometimes it'd be discouraging, but I would always sing that song in my head. You'll get where you need to be in due time. Just hang in there. And that's what I did. And, sometimes it helps to get you a few theme songs to motivate you to keep you going. And that one really helped me. I had another one too. I'm trying to think of, I can't think of what the other one was, but it was another positive song. So get you a theme song and play it over in your head anytime you're feeling discouraged or things get tough. Don't give up. Just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward.